The Island Before the Fall. In the age before memory, when the world was young and the seas were lower, Atlantis rose from the Caribbean like a jewel set upon the breast of the earth. The island was vast, not a city, but a continent kingdom, ringed by cliffs of white stone that caught the sun like polished ivory. Rivers of crystal water wound through emerald forests. Towers of quartz and obsidian spiraled toward the sky, their surfaces etched with runes that shimmered like trapped starlight. At the island's heart stood the Throne Citadel, a colossal structure carved from a single mountain of pale blue marble. Its terraces overflowed with hanging gardens. Its spires glowed with the soft radiance of Atlantean light crystals, illuminating the night like a second moon. Airships of woven gold drifted above the city. Aqueducts arched across the horizon like silver ribbons. The people moved with a serene confidence, masters of geometry, energy, and the deep harmonics of the earth. From the highest balcony, the sea stretched endlessly, calm and obedient. No one yet imagined it would one day rise to swallow everything. Atlantis stood untouched, eternal, radiant, a civilization at its zenith, unaware that the ice far to the north was beginning to crack. The city beneath the sapphire sea. Far below the turquoise waters off Cuba's western shelf, the sonar grid flickered. Dr. Elena Marquez leaned over the console as the shapes sharpened. Perfect right angles, broad plazas, and pyramid-like terraces half buried in silt. The structures were too large, too precise, too deliberate to be natural. A hush fell over the research vessel. Elena whispered, "If this is real, it predates every known civilization." The sea rolled quietly around them, unaware that it had just surrendered a secret it had guarded for 12,000 years. The age of ice and fire. Long before the flood, the North American ice sheet towered over the world, a frozen wall stretching from horizon to horizon. Beneath its crushing weight, the continent groaned. Cracks like thunderbolts split the land as the ice began to melt, its mass lifting, releasing pressure that had held the earth in a rigid grip for millennia. Rivers became torrents, torrents became oceans, and the oceans rose. In the warm Caribbean, the island continent that would one day be called Atlantis trembled as the sea crept higher, swallowing its shores. The last night of the Atlanteans. The great marble avenues glowed with torchlight as the High Council gathered atop the Sky Temple. Priests read the omens. The sea would not stop rising. The quakes would not stop coming. Below them, the city was a masterpiece. Crystalline towers, obsidian causeways, gardens fed by aqueducts that shimmered like silver threads. But even beauty could not defy the earth's fury. A final tremor struck. The harbor walls cracked. The sea surged inward like a living beast. The Atlanteans watched their world break apart under a moonlit sky. The drowning. The collapse was not slow. It was violent. As the last of the ice sheet fractured, a pulse of water, a global tidal convulsion, raced outward. The Caribbean basin heaved. The island buckled. Entire districts slid into the abyss as if pulled by invisible hands. Temples shattered. Statues toppled. The sea claimed everything. And in the darkness below, the city settled into its eternal sleep. The return of the light. Back on the research vessel, Elena stared at the sonar map. The drowned avenues, the toppled columns, the unmistakable geometry of a lost civilization. Atlantis wasn't a myth, she said. It was a casualty of the last great melt. The ocean breeze carried the scent of salt and ancient secrets. For the first time in 12 millennia, Atlantis had been seen again,